Welcome to FIORE Photo presents NIKKI-MONIQUE, hostess with the mostest, right here tonight at the spectacular Bata Shoe Museum, part of the Bond Affair dinner series. Tonight's dinner series is part of Literature for Life, which is a beautiful organization that helps single moms with literacy, communication, and developing good mental health. So stay tuned for more info right here at the Bata Shoe Museum. Welcome back to the beautiful event tonight, part of the Bond Affair dinner series here at the Bata Shoe Museum, downtown Toronto. I'm standing beside one of the committee members, Hoppy Hopkinson. How are you, Hoppy?
I'm doing fabulous. Doing great. Can't complain.
I must say, this is such a beautiful event to take place here in Toronto.
Thank you very much. We're very proud to have this here at the location at the Bata Shoe Museum.
Now, do tell, this is your second event this year, is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, it is.
And your first one you had at the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Yes, we did. We had it on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and it was sold out within 3 weeks.
So I'm finding that there's a bit of a pattern though so far. It's like once every 3 months, is that correct?
Yes, we do Bond Affair dinner series once every 3 months. The reason why we keep it 3 months is just to get the motivation, people knowing and being aware of what's happening.
Now, I love the idea of this, though. I mean, the whole Bond affair, it comes to the point of man of mystery, and also, too, your events are full of mystery. I was told, and I found this out myself, this particular event, that we did not know where we were going to be having this dinner tonight until the day literally before. Now, why do you do this?
You know what, the reason why we do this is just, you look at all the Bond movies, it's sophistication, it's class. You know what, he never does anything in chance, you know, and we decided that we wanted to have something that is so intimate, so sophisticated that people want to be at a location but have no idea where the location is. You know, when you come to location, when you find the location 2 days before the event, you start to have that awe of like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to eat at one of these fine, beautiful locations of a host city.
It's such a great thing to have them invited, though, being part of this whole event, and to have tonight's money being raised towards Literature for Life for the Women for Words reading circles.
Absolutely. You know, it's really important that as a community, that we focus on what's important. You know, right now in corporate Canada or corporate North America, we look at it's based on greed. You know, and that's the biggest problem that we have. If we step back and say, you know what, how can we help humanity? How can we focus on what's important? And what's really important is this. You get up in the morning, you know what, you do your thing, great. Are you helping someone or are you helping yourself? If you step back and decide that I want to do something for humanity, something for my community, we will live in a much better place. I use the analogy pretty much simple. If we took Canada or North America and put North America in Africa, bring Africa here, would you be able to walk 2 days, you know, to get food? Would you be able to walk a day to go see a doctor? Hell no. But yet we complain about, you know what, I've got to be at work for 7 o'clock. We complain that gas is too expensive. We complain that the food's not good. Let's step back and realize what's important. What's important is helping humanity. What's important is making a difference. How do we make a difference? By being extraordinary together.
I love that. Such beautiful words and so inspiring. Thank you, Hoppy.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Welcome back to FIORE Photo presents a beautiful Bond Affair dinner series here at the Bata Shoe Museum. I'm NIKKI-MONIQUE, hostess with the mostest. Standing beside me is a wonderful lady who has a huge heart. Events such as this cannot take place unless there's a great cause, and tonight the cause is for Literature for Life, a beautiful charity organization by this wonderful woman here standing beside me, Executive Director Jo Altilia. Welcome, Jo.
Hi, Nikki.
What exactly for the past 13 years has changed?
Well, what has changed is it's becoming more challenging to get funding to operate these kinds of programs because we're a small charity, and since 2008 that funding model has changed slightly, and so that's why these kinds of events are very helpful to us, because they allow us to raise the kind of money that we need to keep the program working.
You have Women for Words reading circles, that's correct.
Yeah.
And you have them within GTAs in the shelter centers for women as well as in community centers. How many in total do you have presently in the GTA?
Right now we're running 5 groups, and we expect to open 2 more in the summer, and then start to add up. But again, it's an issue about being able to raise the funds to be able to make sure that the program can keep going. One of the things we do, we have a whole lot of volunteers, and they're all amazing. And they help us with the operations piece. But we're very clear that for our reading circles, we hire artists and expressive arts professionals, partly because they become mentors for the women, and is a different pedagogy that is very different from what goes on in a school. It's bringing women together in a circle and a facilitator who's helping to guide it. And so, but it's a place where women can learn to use their own words and understand the world at a large place, where it's not like in a school where there's a right or wrong answer. There's no wrong answers in our group.
So you have here 2 beautiful girls that have actually went through the whole program and are success stories.
Who actually are now program managers in the community.
Wow.
One of them is helping women get into the trades, and the other one is helping policy development around young moms and community groups with the province.
Wonderful. Huda and Deb, thank you so very much for taking time talking to us. It's so nice to hear when Joe's explaining about the success stories, though, in Literature for Life. I mean, please do tell, for other women who are out there watching this, what kind of inspirational words can you say? I mean, very briefly, explain your situation when you entered the program, what you've actually found to be the most beneficial, and what you can advise to other women.
I'd say one word: advocacy. Honestly, without words, how do you speak up for yourself? Like, if you don't have a vocabulary and if you don't have an understanding of how to string these big words that everybody who's trying to intimidate you and who's trying to put you down or who's trying to shush you because you have a voice and you have a strong voice and you have this like beauty in you that's trying to outshine, how do you share that if you can't advocate for yourself?
That's beautiful, Huda. Very nice. Thank you so much. Deb, what type of experience can you say, though, from your past, from being part of Literature for Life, and what can you advise other women out there who are watching this?
I definitely would second the self-advocacy. I think pursuing your education, the knowledge of books, of self-awareness, and of writing. It's something that Literature for Life gives to women, that women can then pass on to each other, to their children, and to the communities. And I think that that's a really important thing.
Going through the program yourselves and having your children being educated through it, what are you now presently doing, though, in your life?
Building a community with the people that I've met through Literature for Life. Not only the volunteers and the coordinators and Jo herself, but the women that I met through these circles, because I still have them in my life one way or another.
And for you?
I'm a mother.
It's the most important job ever, never to be taken for granted. If you need to find more information, please definitely contact FIORE Photo on our website and on Facebook, and you'll see all the details, and you can be part of this wonderful organization. Thank you, Jo. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Huda. I'm standing beside a wonderful man who supports a great event such as this, John Benskowski.
Benskowski, yes.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Please do tell. What brings you to an event such as this?
Well, I'm an architect, and I do social housing for both the Ministry of the provincial government and the federal government, and I thought that this would be a good cause to support, to get people from the class that it helps, these teenagers, and maybe get them out of their social malaise and bring them to a position where they can better themselves in society.
John, is this your first or second event part of Bond Affair?
This is actually my first.
And so far, what have you thought of the idea of having it here at Bata Museum?
First of all, I think it's great to have it in a facility like this, a multi-level facility where you can have different venues and different venues on different floors, and therefore it's spread out. It's not out in one banquet hall.
Exactly.
Okay, and I think that makes it more interesting, and the spaces are just absolutely beautiful.
It's very, very nice to be able to see this here at night.
Oh,
it's like I feel like I
yeah.
should not be here, but it's like so wonderful to see everybody around.
Yes, and I think that I believe that this is the third time they've done a venue like this.
Second here in Canada.
Second here in Canada.
Yes.
And I hopefully they'll continue it.
I'm here with John saying thank you and stay tuned. seen this familiar face on City for 20 years, and for the past 4 years, CBC News has also had this wonderful man here standing here beside me, Dwight Drummond.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So Dwight, tell me, you are the celebrity host of this evening, part of the Bond Affair dinner series. What made you decide to be part of such an event?
For me, it was the charity that they chose this time around. I'm a big reader myself, and I grew up in a neighborhood similar to what these ladies from Literature for Life are growing up in now. And I know how important it was for me to escape sometimes through a book. And the young people that Literature for Life helps, they're teen moms, and they didn't really have books in the home growing up. And I did a story with them this week, and to hear how just improving their comprehension, improving their vocabulary and their overall literacy skills has helped them in life and is impacting their children. I just thought that was so important and just such a wonderful thing that the Bond Affair would raise money to help them, that I had to be a part of it. Yeah.
So what kind of advice can you give to children out there who actually maybe their parents watch you on the news, or children that actually are not so sure what's going on, they're all about their iPhone and their Xbox. What can you say to them about the news, or how important it is to stay in tune?
You know what, I'm a father myself. I got 2 young children at home, and I always impress on them the importance of just understanding the world around you. If you're going to navigate your way successfully through this world, you really need to be a critical thinker, and you need to understand it. And reading is one of the greatest tools to achieving that.
I very much agree, and that's why you are as talented as you are, because with all the different positions that you've had in the different stations, you're always constantly having to educate yourself with what's out there and reporting on it.
It never stops. I try to read every single day, not just on the news, just for pleasure, every single day.
Well, it's wonderful that Bond Affair Dinner Series has you here as a celebrity host for this evening, as well as for Literature for Life. Thank you so much, Dwight, for talking to us at FIORE Photo.
Thank you for having me.
You've seen him everywhere. He's busier than an Energizer Bunny. The man himself, standing here beside me, is no other than Gary Wilson from Eligible Magazine. How are you tonight, Gary?
I'm great, Nikki. How are you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. So, do tell, I walked in and I saw the infamous Eligible Magazine banner for the red carpet. So you are literally everywhere, aren't you, Gary?
I need to be everywhere. Eligible Magazine needs to be everywhere, so I need to be there also. I'm a pioneer.
Well, you know what? I must say, though, I went to one of your events at the courthouse, and it was a spectacular event. And to see you here tonight being one of the sponsors of the Bond Affair Dinner Series here at the Bata Museum is wonderful. What made you decide to be part of this type of event?
Well, I think 2 things. We were a part of the first one that was at the Hockey Hall of Fame, and it was a great charity that time around. This is a great charity as well that we're supporting. And I think that these types of events are great for Toronto. It gets great people out, very eligible people, if I can use that term, and for a great event, a great cause, and you know, everyone gets dressed up, everyone likes to get dressed up, they look sharp, so who wouldn't like that? I think that's great.
Do you have any input as to where the different types of events will be taking place?
I have some idea, because we've tossed around some thoughts on where it could be, and you know, let's face it, this city has great locations. And so, I mean, this event can go on for years and years and years because of the fabulous locations. So, to tell you the truth, I know the choices that it could be, but I don't think anyone really knows where it's going to be except for Hoppy himself and his group, his tight group.
Well, that's what makes it such a spectacular event, is that part of the whole Bond Man of Mystery, the Bond Affair Dinner Series is all about the mystery. The pop-up dinner events taking place in unique atmospheres where normally you would never think about having a dinner to be taking place.
Well, I think that's what makes it really special. It's fun. I mean, anyone can go for dinner, but why not go for dinner, spend the same amount of money at a really unique spot, and have a very unique experience. That's what it's all about. It's a very unique experience.
So Gary, will you be the tour guide tonight, part of the Bata Museum?
You know, I've never been here before. That's why I'm so excited to be here. So maybe you can be the tour guide.
Well, you know what? You'll have to find us the lost somewhere here in the Bata Museum. Probably for myself, looking for the nicest shoes I can definitely find. Stay tuned for more details here at FIORE Photo Presents at the Bond Affair Dinner Series. Thank you so much, Gary.
My pleasure.
standing here, beautiful, talented Jessica Gorlicki. How are you, Jessica?
I am fabulous. Thank you so much for that gorgeous introduction.
Jessica is a very well-known contemporary artist and master colorist, and her artwork can speak for itself. But do tell, Jessica, how long have you been in the industry for?
In my 14th year right now,
Wow.
and performing for the last 10 years strong across North America, and I'm happy and I'm blessed. Thank you.
So what brings you to do an event here, part of the Bond Affair dinner series?
Amazing. Well, I was intrigued. I do a ton of charity events. I'm always into something that is different, something that is intriguing. I was invited here tonight to perform, and I, without hesitation, said, you know what? I think that would be right up my alley. I'm interested.
Well, it's beautiful, beautiful artwork. What's one thing you can help to inspire other women and children there, especially with a charity such as Literature for Life, which is taking place for tonight, where all the money is being raised towards?
For sure.
What type of inspirational words you can offer young single moms, though, who love literature and love reading, but also, too, when it concerns the arts? What can you say?
Sure, and that was a total draw for me. I would say life, live, happiness, awareness, inspiration, color, you know, being alive and having all of those things that we should be able to endure. We should all have that opportunity, so that is certainly a reason why I'm here.
Now, I have to ask, though, when you actually create a piece, what brings you to create something? Every single piece is unique on its own, correct?
Sure, absolutely.
So what exactly do you think about? Is there something precise of a moment, a time in your life, a special, occurrence of some sort? What makes you take the brush and then boom, poof, something magical
You know
happens?
what? It's a great question, and it's different every single time. It's different because each day is different, each moment is different. Every time you have an amazing conversation, you see someone, or you are inspired by something that, a color, a moment in time. So for me, it's all about life. It's all about architecture, fashion, people, daily life, music. Music is a huge inspiration.
Well, thank you so very much, Jessica. This has been a wonderful interview, and we love your artwork. We look forward to seeing other events with you, too.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You've seen her all over in the most beautiful shishi events in Vancouver. And now here in Toronto, here she is, Mandy Ross herself. So what makes you connected to this event in particular?
I totally resonate with Literature for Life because as a young child growing up, my family, I was blessed enough that, they really instilled reading into my life, and it was always such a fun journey for us to go to the library and for me to choose new books when we did. And I'll never forget story times at night with my mom and dad, and it definitely, I truly believe that there is a correlation to reading, and I mean even something as profound as someone's self-esteem. When children have reading, and for a lot of these children it's an outlet, when they can go into their imagination and get lost in a book. It really allows them, sometimes maybe if they're not dealing with the best of situations at home, to sort of be able to have that outlet to go to.
That's beautifully said, Mandy. It's so very true. I mean, reading is so very important, especially for the youth. And that's exactly what tonight's all about. Helping out Literature for Life, raising lots of money towards a beautiful, good cause, and to have it here at the Bata Museum on top of all places. Thank you so much, Mandy Ross, for joining us here. And stay tuned for more details happening at the Bond Dinner Affair right here in Toronto. I'm standing beside a very important man here who's part of the special committee that helps to organize these very unique events. Hello, Henry Calderon. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Very, very nice. This is a beautiful place to hold an event.
It is. I mean, like the Bata Museum became part of sort of the iconic museums in Toronto. I mean, there's so much history behind, right? The shoes, the running shoes, everything that she did. So we're so happy to be here tonight.
So Henry, do tell, I mean, part of the corporate sponsorships, what makes you decide to do an event such as this here at the Bata Shoe Museum? I mean, part of the Bond Affair, your unique trademark is to do pop-up dinner series events, correct?
Yes, but one of the sort of substances of all the events is that we're going to be helping charities. And it's the charities that, you know, we're pretty much so connected with. Because, I mean, Toronto needs that. Toronto really sees that there is a need to help people. And that's very important to us.
Well, it's such a great thing that you do, and I know that the corporation, the Bond Affair dinner series, was actually originated in the States, though, and then this is your second event here in Canada, right?
Yes, yeah, it had a lot of history, and I'm sure Hoppy will be able to give you a little more details of the American chapter.
What do we get to look forward to? When will be the next event?
Well, that's a big mystery yet, and you'll find out later on tonight.
See, this is what you have to look forward to. Part of the Bond Affair dinner series is all about the mystery. Would you say?
That's what it is.
So stay tuned for more revealing mysteries throughout the evening at the Bata Shoe Museum, here with Henry Calderon, part of the special committee from Bond Affair Dinner Series. An event such as this cannot happen unless there's dedicated sponsors. And I'm standing beside a man, part of the Third Party Entertainment, one of the main sponsors of Bond Affair Dinner Series. Welcome, Damon. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Appreciate the interview.
Well, thank you, Damon. You know what? Do tell, to be part of an event such as this, the Bond Affair Dinner Series, what brings Third Party Entertainment affiliation with this company?
Well, my company really finds herself integrally involved in Toronto in terms of charities, in terms of corporate events, and this one aligned itself very well in terms of the charity aspect. And it's also a little bit exciting because there's that auspicious air of secrecy to it, the Bond Affair. You don't find out until a few days before where it's going to be held. It's also exclusively held in Toronto, the GTA, which is very, very centric to my company, and it's a good company to be involved with.
And you've been actually friends with Hoppy for a while?
Hoppy and I have been friends, not for that long actually, about a year now. And a great guy, great to get involved with Hoppy, and we're really excited about the stuff that we're going to be helping him out with over the next year.
So is this your first event with Bond Affair, or is this your second?
This is my first one. I wasn't able to make the last one, but we're happy to be here. We're really excited about what's going to happen over the next year, and there's some big things planned.
How long have you had Third Party Entertainment for, Damon?
We've been around for about 4 years. Primarily, we're involved in corporate and sports events. We work very exclusively with a couple sports-centric companies here in Toronto, and we're happy to get involved in charitable events as well.
What type of events do you carry, though, in certain places? Is it banquet halls, golf tournaments?
You know what, typically we do golf tournaments for some of the NHL venues. We also do some events that are exclusive, so you'll be some of the things that are off beaten path at the Royal Ontario Museum. You'll find us maybe over at the new aquarium. You'll find us in some secrecy events that maybe people don't know about. But it's something that we try and do something a little bit off the beaten path, so you're not at a general club that you'll be at in every given weekend.
Oh, wonderful, Damon. Thank you so much for taking time to speaking to us.
Much appreciated. Happy to be here. Thank you very much.
What a successful, beautiful night tonight has been. Here at the Bata Shoe Museum, part of the Bond Affair Dinner Series. Fantastic event for a great charity, Literature for Life, helping young single moms, supporting them with literacy, communication, and improving good health. Here we are with two friends who are very good supporters of this evening's events, Chantal and Melissa. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Please do tell, what brings you to this type of event of Bond Affair Dinner Series?
Well, I was very fortunate to be Melissa's plus one tonight and actually got to discover this great event. And it's been a real eye-opener to see how we actually spend all our money on charity, because at the end of the day, we want to all be involved. We all want to help our community, but we don't know exactly how what we give goes back. And the transparency of this particular charity is amazing. So I am. It's been a huge eye opener, and I definitely want to go forward and encourage them in all their events that they do. So
that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Chantal. Melissa, you're part of Gone in Style.
Yes, owner of GOTSTYLE, and whatever Hoppy says, I do. So when he wanted us to get involved in this event, and I learned more about it, it's like, of course, what can we do to help out? This is the first one that I've been to, and I can definitely say it's not going to be the last. It's a great event. You're meeting amazing people, and it's all for a good cause. And like Chantal says, it all goes back to charity, and I think we really want to be transparent with where we're spending our dollars, so we're happy to do whatever we can for it.
Thanks so much, ladies, for taking time talking to us here at FIORE Photo Presents. Thank you, Chantal. Thank you, Melissa. And have a very good night. Nikki-Monique signing off at FIORE Photo Presents.